Sajit Mangat spoke with Mohit Vora, non-executive director, as well as Ajay Kumar, the CFO of MV Electrosystems, to understand the company's growth roadmap and expansion plans. Let's listen into that conversation.
To give you a brief background, MV Electrosystems happened to be an emerging railway technology company, and we focus on development of propulsion systems for rolling stock. Rolling stock means locomotives, train sets, EMUs, metros, etc. So the company successfully designed and developed its first product as 6,000 horsepower locomotive propulsion systems for Indian Railways. And last year, 2025 September, we received our qualification or the approval from Indian Railways that registered us among the selected group of companies globally, very, very few companies among those that possess this expertise to design and develop and manufacture these complex systems. So immediately after we received our approval, then we started participating in the tenders, and we generated a very good order book. Now it roughly stands at about 1,000 plus crore rupees. And we saw while we received this approval, while we received these purchase orders, we saw this coming. So we scaled up our operations. So we scaled up our manufacturing facilities, space, machineries, and also the manpower. So now this idea is to scale up the manufacturing part of it. So the company has already started manufacturing these propulsion systems and have supplied 2 batches of these systems to Indian Railways and received payments already. Now to scale up, we were looking for working capital. So if you see the major part of the proceed out of 290 crore, the major concentration about 180 odd crores goes into state-away working capital, yeah. And that is one reason that we are going on for this particular IPO. And subsequently, since we have a dedicated R&D center, this dedicated R&D center, right from the scratch, working for last 5 years, has developed this complete technology, right from nut and bolt to softwares to embedded design, power electronic hardware, in-house. So this ecosystem is already developed. So now we focus on churning out or developing more products for this segment. As we said, that locomotive propulsion system happened to be the first one. The subsequent one is targeted as MEMU, or simply speaking, EMU propulsion systems. We have already bagged an order for 6 EMU trains, MEMU trains, which translates to something like 107 crore order recently. And I think in near future, we should have this product development completed, and we will start the supplies of this system as well after locomotive propulsion system.
Understood. Give me a sense of, you mentioned about the order book of 1,000 odd crores. What is the timeline for implementation of this order book?
These locomotives or orders are generally annual orders. So as I mentioned that when we received our approval last year, September, after that the first tender came in from Chittaranjan Locomotive Works, subsequently Banaras Locomotive Works, then another factory called Patiala Locomotive Works, all belong to Indian Railways. So these tenders keep on coming regularly, and mostly these locomotive orders or tenders, they are meant for the next year financial. This is next year financial requirement. So this will keep coming regularly. So,
Mr. Kumar, give us a sense of the kind of cash flows that will come in from here, because given the kind of order book that Mr. Vora spoke about, your revenues are very small in FY26, and what we are looking at is exponential growth in your revenue and your P&L in FY27 when you execute this 1,000 crores of order book.
See, over the last few years, historically we are generated the revenue from operation around 50 to 60 crore, and we are getting the profit from this revenue. Annually we are spending around 7 crore for the R&D activity, which are generally funded through the internal accruals. We have already developed the infra at the factory level, recruitment for the new propulsion system, So we need just the working capital. Once we get the working capital, we will scale up our production up to the 50 sets per month, and it will improve our EBITDA and the cash flow in the current financial year 27.
What would be that thing, annual each set which you're going to do every month? How will that help you in terms of revenue? How much would be the visibility?
See, as I mentioned to you, earlier, this conventional business of MV Electrosystems that remained stable between 50 to 60 crore rupees annually, and that was a profitable business, and that kept supporting the R&D activity of this propulsion system. That was a heavy activity. So the moment we are done, you can see we scaled up our operations in such a way that we could do about 50 odd propulsion systems monthly basis. So that translates into 600 propulsion system annually. Tentatively, the price of a propulsion system stands at about 1.65 crore rupees. So that you can well estimate that is how we will reach to that level.
From a visibility point of view, Mr. Vora, what is the kind of visibility that the railways have given with respect to electrification? Because railways are going for multiple ventures in electrification. They've already electrified most of the locomotive engines. From now looking at Vande Bharat and Vande Bharat Sleeper and others which are now coming in, what kind of opportunity that opens up for you?
Railway sector in India, I would say globally also, I mean, that is going through a very ambitious phase. We are talking about increasing the speeds now, adoption of new technologies. Very important is self-reliance. The technologies like this were very important for India in-house, so that we are not dependent solely on foreign companies, because foreign companies might have some different priorities, so they may not give priority to our projects. So as you rightly said, that most of the track has already got electrified. Rather, we are working on, or Indian Railways is working on 2x25. That means doubling of this electrified tracks. So we can see big volumes, increasing volumes on both the sides, locomotives and train sets and EMUs. So we see next decade or next 2 decades to be very ambitious for railway sector. And parallelly, we are also seeing new kind of technologies that are being tried, like hydrogen trains, like battery trains, so that are also giving new opportunities, bringing up new opportunities for the company, for which we are very excited towards it.